Hello and welcome to my podcast, which is called Jetzt erst recht, positiv leben mit Parkinson. My name is Katrin Wersing. I live in Germany and I started this podcast 1.5 years ago because I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And since then, I've been collecting stories of people with Parkinson's disease who managed to live their life in a positive way, and also stories of people who help those living with the disease. After I was able to talk to 40 people from Germany, Austria and Switzerland last year, my focus this year is on how Parkinson's is seen and treated in other countries around the world. And this episode, honestly, is a very special one. It has touched me the most of all so far. Imagine you have Parkinson's. Imagine you live in one of the poorest countries in the world. Imagine people around you think that you are a witch if you have Parkinson's, and they dare not come near you and banish you. This is the true story of Hannington Kabugo's mother and many more people in Uganda who suffer from Parkinson's disease. Their painful fate led Hannington to found an organization in Uganda that cares for people with Parkinson's. And now I would really love you to meet this truly remarkable man. So please join me on my voyage to Uganda in this podcast episode. Hello Hannington, thank you so much for taking your time to meet me for this interview today. It's a real pleasure to have you on my podcast. Welcome.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm so happy to be talking to you and all the listeners.
Well, to start with, here in Germany, it's very cold and rainy these days. What is the weather like in Uganda today?
The weather in Uganda has been good, but just today we got some rain.
Okay.
We got some rain today. It has been hot every day, but today we got some little rain.
All right. Okay. So we had rain in Uganda and in Germany today. So that's
it's a blessing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
First, I would like to introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about me and my aim for this podcast. I started this podcast 1.5 years ago because I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at the age of 40. And I was in desperate need of helpful stories, how we can manage to live with the disease in everyday life positively. And during the last month, I talked to many people in Germany, Austria and Switzerland, and they shared their stories with me and all the podcast listeners out there. But this year, I decided that I want to focus on how Parkinson's is seen and treated in other countries all over the world. And therefore, I'm so glad that I got in touch with you through our mutual friend, Mai Evers, who highly recommended you. For a start, to get to know you a little bit more, I would like to learn about you and your life. Could you tell us a bit about yourself? Where exactly do you live in Uganda? And what is your everyday life like?
Okay, thank you, Catherine, and all the listeners. My name is Hannington Kabugo. I was born on 8th April. 1984. Mm-hmm. I was born in the city, in the capital city of Kampala, just 2 kilometers from the main city. But as I grew, I relocated to a place called Mukono. It is 17 kilometers away from the city center. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only boy in the family with 2 other girls and the last born.
All right.
I went to schools and I hold a bachelor's degree in food processing technology. So I'm a food scientist and I work with the Capital City Authority of Uganda as a food and beverage supervisor in the central part of Kampala, capital city.
All right. That's good to know. Thank you for that. Hannington, your personal story is deeply connected with Parkinson's disease. Your mother was diagnosed with PD nearly 2 decades ago, And this had a huge and very tragic impact on your life and your whole family. Could you tell us more about it?
The story of my mom. I grew up in a very humble background family with a very beautiful mom and dad, and caring parents. And with the time when we were growing, we started seeing our mom started shaking.
Mm-hmm.
We started shaking, then the stiffness and the tremors increased, the stiffness increased. She started the falling. She got all the signs and symptoms of Parkinson's disease. So it became severe as we were growing. That is 14 and a half years ago. And I always tell people they had their silly discussion in the bedroom, my dad and my mom, and they agreed without us in their discussion that we should leave her in the house because she has Buko. Buko is Parkinson's.
Okay.
Everyone is going to get Parkinson's, like it is contagious.
Mm.
So if we continue staying with her, everyone in the house is going to get Parkinson's. I'm like, but how is she going to stay alone in the house? She's stiff. She can't cook for herself. She can't mop. She can't wash. Like it is severe. There's no way she can stay here alone. And then now it was my mom to answer. No, for the good of you, you can leave, I'll handle. So it was quite a sad moment that we were leaving our beautiful home. We had no option because parents were telling us we are leaving. So there's no way we would say we are staying. So me, my sisters, our house helper, our maid, we left the house for the mom alone. So sorry, when I break down, it is always sad when I tell this story.
I can imagine that, yeah. So thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah. So we left the house for our mom and went away. So we were staying somewhere like 2 kilometers away. I was finishing high school, joining actually university.
Mm-hmm.
So I could sneak out of our rented apartment. Only me, not even my sisters, not even my dad, it's only me. I would sneak out to go and check on my mom. Every time I would go to see my mother, this woman would tell me not to ever come back there. Don't come closer to me. Don't touch me. Don't just stand there, because when you come to me, you're going to get Parkinson's. So there's a time, one day, that I sneaked out of our rented apartment to come and check on my mom. This was the biggest time, the worst in my life that I'll never forget. I came and my mom was crawling because she couldn't walk. She was so stiff. She was very hungry. She had taken like 3 days or 4 without food. Well, she was a strong woman that she didn't want to show anyone, even when she was hungry. Every time you would see her, she would tell you, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Even when you kept asking her, are you really fine? Because she never wanted to scare us. And being the only boy, I was so attached to her. Like I really loved my mom. So there was a hole created on the wall and scratched the wall. So I asked her, where did this hole come from? So she told me painfully with there's a lady, Aunt Udaya, a neighbor who could give my mom food. They should put a plate down and then had a stick like 3 meters. She would push a plate of food with that stick to my mom. Then after my mom eating, she would still push the plate on the doorway, so there is no direct contact. So she told me, Aunt Udaya, this is the lady who was giving my mom food, who was helping her to give food. Aunt Udaya has not been here for the last 4 days.
All right.
So I've not eaten for the last 4 days. And she was eating that dust.
Yeah, okay. She was so hungry.
So I went, I had some little money on me. I bought her food. I gave her food to eat. And she was happy. I got her water. And I left her because I was just a student. I didn't have enough money to give her everything she wanted. But at least she was happy. So I left her. And that was the worst time I saw my mom. And Every time I went there, I would see different things that broke me down every time.
Mm-hmm.
So until her time of death. And that time when my mom had Parkinson's, not even people around her community, like neighbors, would not go to next to my mom's house
All right.
because they called her a witch because she has Parkinson's. And they told the whole village that when that house has a witch, so when you go closer to that house, you people will get that contagious disease, Parkinson's, Buko. So it's better to avoid that lady. So that is a painful story of my mom. It's the reason I founded Parkinson's Buko, Uganda.
Hannington, thank you for sharing this very emotional and personal story with us. I truly believe that everybody hearing the story of your mom will feel you and feel your grief.
No, thank you.
But what is so special about you, nevertheless, you managed to turn this trauma into something good. And I greatly admire your power and dedication. Well, as you said, Parkinson's disease is still often believed to be a result of witchcraft in Uganda, and your goal is to change that. And yeah, you really did an amazing job so far, because you founded an organization called Parkinson's Buko, which is translated as Parkinson's is not witchcraft. And there you educate and inform people with Parkinson's in Uganda on the realities of the disease. Yeah, and with your efforts, you're trying to remove the stigma that is being set on people with Parkinson's, and that is really remarkable. I can only say it's a really amazing journey you have embarked on. So could you tell us more about the organization? What is it all about? How did you get started, and how did it grow?
How did I start this foundation?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to read more about Parkinson's. I saw videos of patients. I saw how a person with Parkinson's looks like, and then this was the typical look alike of my mom, how she suffered, how she was. Like, no, my mom had Parkinson's. She wasn't bewitched. So that is when that word Parkinson's itself, that is when I understood what Buko was, that Parkinson's Buko. Parkinson's is not witchcraft. Yeah, in my language, the commonly spoken language, Luganda in Uganda. So Parkinson's, C is not known. Buko is Parkinson's. The first time of awareness to let people know that what Parkinson's was. In Uganda, we have taxis as means of transport and buses. Like 70% of Ugandans use them. So I discussed with some guys of taxis, and I told them, can I put some stickers on your taxis? Some asked for money, and I didn't have money to give them. But I know so many people who know me. I talked to them. They said, yeah, you can put here a sticker. So I printed stickers with the word Parkinson's Buko. Parkinson's is a science. I printed the stickers. I put on like 30 taxis. So the passengers who sat in taxis, it was like an advertisement. It was like an awareness campaign. If you have someone who has Parkinson's, please contact me. This number. I put my telephone number, and then I put an image of a person who has Parkinson's that look like. So I drew that picture, and then I put that word, Parkinson's Buko. Parkinson's is a science in my language. And you know what happened, Catherine? In just a week, I received 106 phone calls from different people.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I have a friend, I have a relative, I have my neighbor, I have my grandfather, I have my dad, I have my mom, who has this, who has Buko. So now what next? I'm a civil servant. I earn like $220 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I supposed to do now? This number is too huge. I don't have money. What am I going to do? I'm like, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a workshop. I call all these people to come for the workshop so that I can train them what Parkinson's is, how to take care of a person with Parkinson's. I even didn't know how to diagnose Parkinson's. Remember, I'm using my phone. I actually didn't have a laptop, no computer, no nothing. So I'm using my phone to do all this. So I hired a community hall, and then I set up a day for the workshop to talk about Parkinson's. And I was getting, now the challenge came that I needed literature. What am I supposed to use to teach these people? Yeah. So I kept all that week, the next week, trust me, because I worked from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. That is my permanent job, civil service work. So I needed to use this other time, and I read all through the night. I would sleep like an hour. I wake up, I read again, because I needed to read to tell these people what Parkinson's was. Like, I wouldn't let anyone die my mom's way, because I saw how my mom suffered. And then that day, I thought I would have like 50 people. I had 167.
Oh, wow. That's really amazing. Yeah.
And then I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all these people? Like, no, but I think I'm like their angel. If I don't do this, then no one is going to do this.
Nobody's doing that. So this gave
me an impression that what I was doing was a huge change in Uganda. So people came, I started teaching them with what I had read and written down, what Parkinson's was, how you can treat someone with Parkinson's, how you can help these people. There were so many questions. Is there medicine? Can it be cured? How is it caused? I would use the little knowledge that I had gotten in just a week to teach now these people. That was my first workshop. This was like a setback now. After telling these people Parkinson's is a science, it is a disease. So you can go to nearby health facilities, then the medics will help you, because I'm not a medical personnel, I'm a food scientist.
Okay.
When you go to hospitals, you'll find doctors, nurses, and the medical team will tell you more about Parkinson's. These people would go to hospitals and they would find a medical team that doesn't know about Parkinson's disease. One of the patients went and met a doctor, and then this doctor told this guy, you should stop drinking. That's why you're shaking. You're drinking a lot of alcohol.
Oh, okay.
And then this guy was a Muslim. So this guy said, no, I am a Muslim. I've never tasted alcohol my entire life. You can't tell me that I've been drinking. Then said, no, then you need to go for an MRI test. And, this is Uganda. It is a third world country. It is one of the poorest countries we have in the world. And these people can't even afford medication, and then they're telling this guy to go and do an MRI. Now I just received a bitter call from the Muslim guy. Why did you lie to us? You told us Parkinson's is not witchcraft. Even the doctors don't know that Parkinson's is a disease. Mm-hmm. So this automatically shows that this is witchcraft. If it can't be seen by the doctors, by people in the hospital, then how can it be a disease? What am I supposed to do? All the energy is wasted.
Yeah.
All the time I put, now people don't believe in me, that this is what I told them was right. Okay, so, but still, I never gave up. So this came to my mind. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Now, I need to teach the medical team to tell them what Parkinson's is. So I started with the health facilities around my home. I had the first session, and then I had another one with another health center. So I continued having workshops with patients and then CMEs. So I would now tell these patients, if you want more about Parkinson's,